All right, moving on to Ron Rivera going back to school. So this is breaking news at the time of recording, though I think it'll go up the next day. But former Carolina Panthers and Washington Commanders coach Ron Rivera is returning to the University of California, his alma mater, to help the football program. So Rivera, obviously, he was the head coach for the Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl in 2015. He really revitalized that franchise along with Cam Newton. He has 102, 103, like two career coaching record. He was last coaching the Commanders. He got them to the playoffs, but they were kind of middling during his whole like tenure there. And it's kind of interesting because it's along with Bill Belichick, we have these very established, very successful NFL head coaches returning to the college game to see if they can help these universities. And it's interesting also because like the college game is now more like the NFL game in the sense that these players have autonomy. They're able to leave and go, get money, so it kind of takes like a different skill set to keep these players happy. Someone who was maybe domineering and in that style where it's like, you have to listen to me. I'm the coach of the college program. You don't have options. Maybe that style doesn't work anymore. And now you need to bring in people who are more adept at handling these, you know, personalities that come with money, right? Like I think anybody, I mean, I'm sure you've seen in your real life somebody who gets money and all of a sudden their ego shoots up, where maybe it wouldn't have been as big if they weren't quite as rich. I know I've certainly seen it in my own life. But what Rivera says in a post to X, Coach Belichick has made going back to school cool. Stay tuned. I'm coming home. So I think, it could be a very interesting situation, but I wanted to really get your opinion on if we think that this is the next trend of NCAA football, of college football, where we're going to be seeing these established head coaches go back to school and really kind of fill a niche that before the NIL wasn't even a thing before. And obviously, like Rivera, unlike Belichick is going to be the head coach of the University of North Carolina. He's already out there recruiting. He brought in his son, Stephen Belichick. That should be interesting enough on its own. I mean, if you're a college player, I think you would want to be coached by Bill Belichick because if you can like succeed under him, that says a lot about you and you'll learn so much. I mean, he's probably the most knowledgeable coach in the NFL in terms of like the knowledge he has of history. If you've ever listened to any of his press conferences where he wasn't answering specific questions, he was answering, or positing stories about the past. He's just such an interesting mind. So that's like I would think very attractive for players, but Rivera's not going to be the head coach. He's going to be primarily in an administrative role, but he'll be involved in the oversight of the program and its big picture needs, including budget, coaching staff, and student athletic experience. And this is all from ESPN's Adam Rittenberg reporting on that. So I just thought this was so interesting. And I am very interested to see if this is going to be a continuing trend for these college programs to bring in these experiences head coaches because it makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me. So if you are a Cal fan, they haven't been too great lately, but maybe this is the beginning. How excited are you to have Ron Rivera come and be a part of the program? And if you're a UNC fan, also, how excited are you to have Bill Belichick as your head coach? Let me know in the comments.